Hi, what's up guys? We are in Burnsville, Minnesota, and we're going to be tearing that waterfall out. And our clients had us out because they were worried that the feature was getting too close to the fence back here, their neighbor's fence. It was actually their primary concern. It's an old style building where that's just how they did it. They didn't have aqua blocks at the time. And so, you know, we're grateful that they built them back then because they paved the way for what we do now and gave us something to improve upon. So we got the old basin, features leaning against the fence. We're going to tear it out and we're going to really put a nice complement to this beautiful backyard where they have a pool, patio, hot tub, gazebo, cool seating area. So the tear out will commence, destruction phase begins, and we will get this down to a blank slate. So we're gonna start draining that water out, start picking out, setting aside the stones that we wanna keep, and then discarding of the other ones we're not gonna keep. The old components, the old liner, all that's gonna go. All new products are gonna go in, and we're gonna end up with about a 15-foot pondless waterfall here, Pond King style. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps us out and it helps get our video out there. Helps other people see what we do, and keep an eye out for that face because we will be working it in here.
All right, so the guys are working on tear out right now. Right now we're just trying to save all of the things that we deem savable as far as the smaller. There's a lot of small rock here that we get to reuse, which is great. Evan's taking out a couple of these daylilies just because we are gonna have to have our basin kind of having some room for flexibility. We have one of our main little limitations is that little power box right there, and that's running underneath the hot tub to the corner of the house. So we don't know if it's a straight line, if it turns or what, but we're gonna prepare for it to be a fairly straight line. So our basin's gonna end up somewhere down in this area. Hey, good morning, everyone. We are on our project number 8, and the guys are just doing fantastic work. They were able to focus on the tear out and building up the retaining wall yesterday while I did some office work that I am far behind on. Today, the guys are already rolling, and we've got black dirt here, and we are working on our build-up. So this is going to be a little bit of a complicated build because we have to build it from the reverse side back because we have limited access. With that being said, we are building this waterfall in reverse. So what we're going to be doing is we're working on our build-up, making sure that we have a dramatic waterfall coming towards the house. And because it was so far built up the last time, we want to make sure that it has a similar feel to it, yet we still want to maintain that natural look. We're going to put in another load of dirt, and then we're going to bring back some larger boulders from the tear out to help us build this build-up. Another thing I love that the guys did is in tearing all that apart, we wanted to make sure that we stayed away from that fence. So they left a good foot of clearance between this boulder wall and the fence. And then we're tucking it in behind the tree even further so that it has a feeling like it's coming from behind that tree. It's gonna look fantastic. All the views are gonna go towards the house, towards the hot tub, towards the seating area. The sound's gonna project that way, and we're just gonna keep solving problems as they come up. They're not really problems, they're just more limitations and challenges. One of those challenges is where are we gonna end up putting that basin because we have a power line that comes out here that we have to pay attention to. So keep watching. We're going to tell you how we make our decisions as we're building. But right now, it's all about building from the reverse coming towards us right now because we have to put that basin in, and we'd rather not drive over that basin with these huge machines and boulders if we can avoid it. Well, it was a fantastic day. Very complicated build, but you know, the guys are doing it in a great way. It's not so complicated. We're using the right size stones, but it's complicated in that you have to have the vision of what it's gonna look like and start from the reverse spot. So we usually build our waterfalls from the basin, moving our way back. This time we have to start from the diffuser where the waterfall is gonna start. So we pump that water up to the diffuser, and that's gonna let gravity take the water from there to make our waterfalls. So we're starting from that point and we're making our way down, and we're really maximizing the space, making sure we get some really cool big boulders in there. We'll show you more on Monday when we get things uncovered. All right, we'll have to push her around a little bit on the swing. Right now, the guys are found irrigation when we were doing our tear out, so we want to figure out where those irrigation lines go to. When we do this, we tear them up as far back as we can out of our working area, leave them exposed so that they can have their irrigation guy come in and fix it relatively easily. While that's happening, Justin's working on hiding the diffuser and getting that in a good spot up top there. It's a tight area to work in, but we're doing really good. The guys are really focused, paying attention, doing things in a good way, and that's really helpful. Got to make sure we're protecting this paver patio, which they have been, concrete patio, and we've got some cool stuff happening with our waterfall. So by the end of the day today, we should have a real good vision of what our waterfall is going to look like, where it's going to be ending, our diffuser, where that's going to be, and we'll keep pushing on. Thank you. So the guys are working on making sure that we've got some cool looks going on here with this waterfall. Got some cool frame rocks coming in and really getting some tight lines. I love it. Look how much care that is. Even though the machine got it where we want close, it wasn't exactly, so Brad gets in there just to get the exact angle we're after. And then you push dirt in there, backfill underneath the liner so that that rock will stay exactly how we want it to. I love that kind of care and attention to detail. While that's happening, Aiden's doing some work on the trailer. There's always something. So the guys are working on the basin now. So we've gotten our Pondless Waterfall built a lot of the ways. We'll still have a waterfall crashing down into our basin. Got some really cool rock work happening, really liking it, but we had a lot to do in reverse order. So right now they're taking all the dirt from the basin, filling in around the edges of the waterfall, and of course we found ourselves an electrical wire. So once you take something and you do a cool light to the backyard or something to that effect, it's really good to know where that line runs for future projects, but that's not always feasible. So we'll have to have an electrician come in for the clients and get that fixed. And we're just gonna shift the basin over to the right a little bit more, and we'll leave that exposed, and that'll work out well. Things are going good. That's it for the day. We prepped for rain, just because it looks like it's gonna rain tonight. It was hot, 90 today. Tomorrow's supposed to be in the 70s, so usually that's met with some kind of a cold front hitting a hot front, which brings a storm. But we will be making more progress tomorrow. We've got our basin set up. Once it's set up and in, come in with gravel, do our last waterfall, foaming, and then before you know it, we'll have this brought to life. And man, I can't wait. It's going to be so fantastic. We're going to bring this whole area to life. It's going to be awesome. Huge boulders really set it apart. Hey, good morning, everyone. Check it out. We got the Pond Prince here helping us today. And the first thing he said is, what else can I help with? So that was pretty fun for me as a father. I told him, if you could please bring every empty bucket we have up to the trailer, we'll start filling those up with gravel. And it is really fun for me to get to the job site in the morning, running behind, sorry guys. But to get here, the team's already doing their thing, working on the basin, making sure it's at the right depth. Then they're really putting in the care, making sure that it's nice and flat and level. The more that these can sit level, the stronger they are. It holds up their structural integrity a lot better. So the guys are doing a dry run, making sure everything fits right. And this has been a complicated build, mainly because we're starting from the top and working our way down. And that's only complicated when you have to really start thinking about how it's gonna work and how you want that end vision to go. But luckily we have that vision. The team's all on the same page, knowing what we're doing, and it's been really fun to see Brad take the lead on this and really drive the project forward in a real positive way. So, as I'm always trying to say, our team is very talented, very hardworking guys, and they are just looking for opportunities to be creative, and it is really fun to see them get those chances because they're really creative. Now the guys are just doing a dry run, making sure we got everything fitting the way we want it to.
Is that good, Parker? Huh? Is that good?
The guys are working on final cleanup stuff. We've got mulch to do tomorrow, rest of cleanup, but it is coming together really nicely. Definitely made a mess in the backyard here, but we're getting it all taken care of. And the guys are doing a great job getting that squared away for us. We've got a pretty sweet waterfall, but we'll show that off to you tomorrow. That's it for the day. All right, we got Evan spreading out mulch. You know what that means. We're getting close to the end. Keep finding other cool things here. Aiden was able to find the sprinkler head, tape it off. We're going to leave it exposed so that they can have their sprinkler guy come in and fix it. Yeah, things are going good. Justin just got back with some more preen. That is our pre-emergent. We like to put that down oftentimes so that they can plant it. And then we're going to get to the final, check this out before you know it. All right, well, if you don't know what that is, Gary Anderson is a designer here, a landscape designer in Minnesota. We've never met you before, Gary, so if you happen to come across this, our team keeps saying thank you to you because we went to the Rock Hard Andover location and you had cleared out all of the red mulch, the red dyed mulch, and we had to decide to get the bag stuff because that's what they had, and then we fell in love with it. So our team's going to probably be saying thank you fairly often throughout these coming years because now we're using bag mulch and it is really efficient for us. It's a little bit more money, but it is faster, it is easier, and it is, well, easy to clean up and all of that. So thank you, Mr. Gary Anderson. Hey everyone, I'm Nick the Pond King with Pond King Water Gardens, living works of art 1 yard at a time. We have now completed project number 8, and I am in love with the way this turned out. We used Superior Stone for this one. It has a 4,000 to 8,000 gallon an hour pump, 5 underwater lights, and it's about 16 to 17 feet in length. As you've been watching the episode, you've kind of seen how some of this got a little complicated. I'm so proud of my team, though. They did it with such positive attitudes. They did it with their attention to detail, their care, and we succeeded building our water feature to make it feel like it was always here. That's always one of our goals. One of the things you might notice is we've got some irrigation pipes sitting up. That is something you can expect if you ever work with us. If we do hit your irrigation lines, we're going to do everything we can to avoid that, but if we do hit them, we pull them out and we leave them exposed so your irrigation company can come in and fix it relatively easily. I want to show you a few things that I really love about the way this project turned out. One of the big things is all the views from the house have an excellent view. Another thing I really love is that first waterfall. We did it a little bit more narrow with some big boulders at the top so that it really gives it some depth, making it feel like it's almost a 25-foot long waterfall. And then it's nestled in under that tree, so it looks like it's coming out of the woods. Another thing I really love is that second waterfall. I really like the rock we were able to pick for that, where it's coming over it in really a natural way, but it's still giving that S motion with the water, so it feels like it's turning there, and it has really good sound. It's got a little bit deeper sound because it's falling into water. And of course, I love the last waterfall as well. We were able to get the water to bounce off a little bit of that frame rock to make it a little bit more interactive. We set it back behind the frame rocks a little bit more to add a little bit more depth and make it feel a little more natural. Again, I'm really happy with the way this turned out. We've got good views from all over the backyard, so if you're over in the gazebo, you're going to be able to enjoy it from there. It's projecting a nice, soothing sound, so it's not overbearing. The guys, like I said, they did such a great job of taking care of this patio, making sure we didn't put any cracks or any dings into this concrete patio. We kept it safe. The blue stones turned out so nice. We picked out some really cool boulders, thanks to Boulder Dan at Rock Hard Landscape Supply. I'm really happy with it. I can't wait to see how they plant it over time. But project number 8 is complete. Check this out. We got our rock star here with us this morning. Hi, Emerson.
Hi.
What you doing?
Erica is our daddy wife. My daddy wife here. Parker is my brother. Emerson and me in the camera. And Grandma.
She's got a real good grip on the camera.
And Grandpa.